index. And then moving to one of the most important things on your website, which is your robots. So robot.txt is actually a text file. So whenever search engines come to your website, what they do first, they check for your robot.txt. So universally, robot.txt is present on your domain.com/robot.txt. So what search engine do? They come to your website first. They see what you have mentioned in robot.txt, and then they set the priorities of crawling according to the robot.txt, to the present robot.txt. So what it actually does, so this is an example. So there are the benefits of having robot.txt in your website. So you say if you don't want to crawl some specific folders, or you're running a test on some specific folder, and you don't want search engines to come and see what you guys are doing, or you don't want search engines to see what some specific folder, or you don't want them to see your login access or some temporary files, or you don't want them to crawl JavaScript and all. What you can do, you can block them via robots.txt. This is an example of sites with robots.txt and sites without robot.txt. So when you have a robot.txt on your website, when you don't have robot.txt on your website, either caller, if it is Google bot or Yahoo Slab or MSN bot, they have all the access to crawl on your entire content. So you can't limit them with any specific thing. You can crawl, they can crawl your internal files. They can come to show up. They can crawl your admin data. They can crawl your private data. They can crawl to your login details. They can crawl your invitations. They can crawl everything. They can crawl. They can show up your CSS files. They can show up your images in search results. And when you have robot.txt, what you do with robot.txt, you actually set up that these pages need to be crawled, or these don't. So take an example. So you don't want your admin folder to be crawled. You don't want any search engine to come and see this is your admin folder, and what data you have put into your admin folder. So what robots.txt will do, they'll actually block all the search engines. They'll tell them, and they take this as a directive. They follow this, and they won't crawl any of your folders. So these are basic syntax of robot.txt. So if you don't want your entire site to be crawled, use disallow. I mean, if you are into testing purpose, you're working to finalize your website, you can do this. But once your site is live and available for user and search engines, make sure you don't have this disallow in your robot.txt. If you want to block some specific folders, you can block that folder name. If you want to block some particular page, you can block that page as well. Like we have done this private_HTML file.html. If you want to block some specific image, you can do that as well with the image name. You can block Google image crawlers to actually come and crawl your image. You can do that as well. And you can mention if you don't want to call them any of your websites. If you want them to crawl your website but not the images, you can do that as well. These are some popular pattern matchings. So not sure. So you have a private folder, but you are not sure how many of URLs are in this particular folder. So what you can do, you can use an asterisk there, and this will tell Google anything which has private there. They don't need to crawl them. The other one is the question mark. So you're not sure what is ahead of some URL queries and all. You want to block some parameters. What you can do, you can add this question mark or star ahead of them. The other one is if you want to block a specific file type. You don't want any PDFs, any XLS, or any JPGs in your website to be crawled. What you can do, you can block them with the extension name and add the $sign at the end of the extension. Moving on to another thing, which can be really useful for your website. So clocking. So a lot of people used to do that. Clocking is actually something presenting different content to users and entirely different content to search engine bots. So it's like trying to manipulate your rankings, search engine rankings, or having those into the source code, but are not showing to your users or visitors. What clocking can do you? So if Google and other engines can actually find you doing this clocking thing, they can remove your website from search engines entirely. So you will be deemed like you won't be appearing in search results. And then moving to the other section, which is mobile SEO. So when actually you